1 year before the country.
Hey,
250 years. We
going
still
live right now,
declare
impromptu.
We are free because you are strong. You
Trump
are so
is speaking
strong.
at my
We're
old
safe
home
because
base.
you are
Fort
brave,
Bragg.
and America's flag will never fall because America's army will never, ever fail. Never going to fail. Every branch
Been
of the
getting a
armed
lot
forces
of
has
big
played a
cheers and
critical
love for
role in
Donald Trump.
protecting
All
our
the
nation.
paratroopers there,
No one
airborne.
has done more fighting, bleeding, and winning than the U.S. Army. Nobody's done that. The Army has earned more combat medals and more battle ribbons than any other service, and 70% of all of the medals of honor. We give away medals of honor all the time at the White House to incredibly brave people, but you have 70% of them. Army soldiers, and especially our Army paratroopers, truly go all the way. You know that expression, all the way.
Airborne all the way. Oh no, what's happening? Oh no. What the hell? Oh, come on.
Here's how you
now
can
I
get the
gotta watch a
closest
freaking
and fastest shave ever. Meet the Baldy Pro. This
President Trump is planning to release a hidden $150 trillion trust fund back to the American people.
With us and all across America, and for every patriot who has worn the uniform over 250 years. Can you imagine that?
250th
We thank you from
anniversary of
the
U.S. Army
absolute
coming
bottom
up. That's why he's doing
of
this.
our hearts. Few places loom
Love it.
larger in Army lore than where we are gathered today. The one and only Fort Bragg. The one and only Fort Bragg.
He commented earlier how great it was that we turned it back to Fort Bragg, and how stupid it was to change the name, and everyone booed.
But remember, it was
Everyone
only that
booed.
little brief moment that it wasn't called Fort Bragg. It was by the Biden administration, not Trump. I had nothing to do with it. We got it changed. We said,
I love it.
I came here numerous times, and they kept saying Fort Bragg, Fort Bragg. I said, it's not the name, but then I was making a speech. I said, what do you think I should call this place? Call it Fort Bragg. I said, Fort Bragg, how you doing? We won a lot of battles from this place, and that's the way it is. It wasn't even close. When Pete and some of the generals came to see me, I said, not even close. Not even close. This is the home of
Fort
Green
Liberty is the
Berets,
name.
the Sky Dragons, and the All-American 82nd Airborne. We know what 82nd Airborne is.
I wasn't in the 82nd, but love my 82nd brothers no less.
This is where the GIs who won the Second World War learned to pack their parachutes and push howitzers and go right into those C-47s with lots of arms and push them right out those big, beautiful doors and wield their bayonets and pry the enemy from the hedgerows of the French countryside. France needed us badly. We were there. A lot of people needed us badly. They still do, maybe worse than ever. It was here in the soil that the Army forged the medal that held strong at Bastogne. It was here the mighty paratroopers earned their wings before they rained down death from above to liberate Sicily, Normandy, and even the Netherlands. That's right. We saved the Netherlands. Every inch of this base is steeped in the legacy of those warriors who have said with pride, "Sir, I trained at Fort Bragg, sir."
Hell yeah.
That was pretty cool. And that is why we restored the historic name of this very, very special place. I don't know if it could be the same place. Fort Bragg is
It's not the same.
in.
Can't say it
That's
back
the
in
name.
Bragg.
And Fort Bragg, it shall always remain. That's never going to be happening again.
Fuck yeah. I hate that. So cool.
And for a little news for the fake news back there, the fake news. Ladies and gentlemen, look at them. Look at them all. Oh, yeah, what I have to put up with. Fake news.
He's got the Airborne.
What I have to
the
put up
paratroopers
with.
booing the fake news.
But they're all right. They've been very nice today. They were impressed with that display, I can tell
What's
you
up,
that.
Emperor?
I think it took them a little by surprise. But for a little breaking news, we are also going to be restoring the names to Fort Pickett, Fort Hood, Fort Gordon, Fort Rucker, Fort Polk, Fort A.P. Hill, and Fort Robert E. Lee.
Hell yeah. Good shit.
We won a
shit
lot of
changed.
battles out of those forts. It's no time to change.
That's right.
And I'm superstitious. You know, I like to keep it going, right? I'm very superstitious. We want
I'm
to
gonna
keep
make a
it
video
going.
sometime on the do's
So
and
that's a
don'ts
big
of
story. We
berets.
just announced that
This
today
person
to
right
you
here
for
is
the
a
first time. They
big
said,
don't.
"Why didn't you wait till Saturday?" I said, "I can't wait."
That's not how you wear a
I'm going
beret.
to talk to my friends here today. This is a record crowd. You know, you never
This
had a
is
crowd this
over
big.
trying
That's
to
an
look
honor.
good and
You think
pulling
this
it
crowd
way
would have
down
showed
too
up for
far.
Biden? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I want to thank so many great leaders here today, including Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, who's been great. By the way,
Let's see
Pete,
if
thank
I
you.
See any of the flashes in my old unit. On berets,
And he
it
went through
indicates
the
unit
wars, you
that
know.
you're
Pete
in.
went through the wars. He had to
On the,
get through
called
a
a flash,
very
the
hostile
patch.
group of people that
That's
I
on
think really
the
don't want to
beret.
see America
I don't
be
see my
great
unit anywhere.
again, maybe, or something. But he persevered and he got there, and he's doing a fantastic job. Great job, Pete. Thank you very much. Secretary of Veterans Affairs Doug Collins, a fantastic
Actually,
man.
Emperor,
Thank you, Doug.
I just turned on InfoWars, and
Doing
he was
a great,
actually
great job.
Owen Schroeder's over
way
there
up
covering
from the
the
last
speech.
administration.
I saw that,
Veterans
and then I ran over like, I should be covering this
administration.
speech.
It's way up. You saw
I
the
spent
recent
5 years
poll.
there.
People are happy. They weren't happy a couple of years ago. They were really happy 5 years ago, but it went downhill from there. We did so much.
I love
We
that
got you
hat. That's a badass
medical. If
hat.
you had to wait, if you had to delay at all, you go out to see a private doctor. We pay the bill. You take care of. You don't wait for 6 months and end up
exact
getting
color
very
of
sick
the
in
Airborne
something that
beret.
could have been
It's got
done with a
Special
little
Operations
shot or
Command
a
on
pill.
one side, 18th
We
Airborne
did
Corps
that.
on
Then
the
they
other.
wanted to drop that. I said,
And I
"We're not
imagine
dropping
maybe
it."
a
But
second Airborne's on the back.
Doug, I'm proud of you. I just heard some great things. Thank you very much.
This is this patch. Actually, I think it's from the
Secretary of the
Airborne
Army,
and Special Operations
really
Museum.
brilliant
That's their emblem.
Young guy, went to Yale.
Combination
Can't have
of
everything.
the Special Operations
Top student,
tip of the spear
Dan
and the
Driscoll.
Airborne wings in
Thank
the
you.
middle.
Thank you, Dan.
That's actually where I got my medal American flag here.
And we have your
123rd Airborne
senators,
patch. Didn't know I got that at
Senator
the
Ted Budd, and
Airborne
Senator
Special Operations
Tom
Museum most
Tillis.
recently.
Thank you, fellas.
What's up, Bruce? 82nd Airborne in the house. How cool is this, brother? How cool is this?
Congressman Richard Hudson, Pat Harrigan. Where's Pat?
Trump has
Pat?
been speaking here. When he
Pat,
first
you
started
doing
off,
great.
he's
You
got a
guys are
huge
amazing.
pop. The crowd
We have
loves
the
him.
big
People are actually
brass.
shouting out, "We love
General
you, Trump!"
Andrew Pappas.
Talked about how great it
Thank you,
was
General.
to have
Doing a great
Fort
job.
Bragg change back to Bragg,
General John Braga.
and how dumb it was to
Thank you. Great job. Thank you for today, Joe.
change the name under the Biden administration.
General Greg
Everyone
Anderson.
booed. Every huge boost in the
Thank
crowd.
you. Thank you, Greg. Thank you. Sergeant Major of the Army, Michael
Airborne
Weimer.
all the way.
And before going further, I want to say a few words about the situation in Los Angeles, California. Have you heard of the place? Where
Have
I
you heard
deployed
of the place?
thousands of National
Los
Guard
Angeles.
troops and
Have you
hundreds
heard?
of Marines to protect federal law enforcement
Clinton.
from the attacks of a vicious and violent mob. And some of the radical left, they say, "Oh, that's not nice." Well, if we didn't do it, there wouldn't be a Los Angeles. It'd be
I'm
burning
probably
today,
going to
just like
live
your
stream
houses were burning
Saturday night,
a number of months ago.
just to show live
Generations
stream of
of
what's
Army
happening. 'Cause
heroes
it's expected Saturday night
did
is going
not
to be
shed
really
their
bad
blood
violence in
on
LA.
distant shores only to watch
And I
our
wanna see
country be
Marines
destroyed
cracking
by
skulls left
invasion
and right.
and third world lawlessness here at home, like is happening in California. As Commander-in-Chief, I will not let that happen. It's never going to happen.
Oh, you guys got some whiskey right here in case
What
anybody
you're
wants to drop
witnessing
20.
in
I'll still on
California
that.
is
I'll
a
take a shot
full-blown
right now,
assault
midday.
on peace, on public
5
order,
o'clock somewhere.
and on national sovereignty carried out by rioters bearing foreign flags.
Hey,
With the aim
Jasmine.
of continuing a
Welcome,
foreign
welcome.
invasion of our country. We're not going to let that happen. Remember, millions of people were allowed to come into our country totally unchecked and unvetted by stupid people or radical left people or sick people. But regardless, open border policy, the dumbest policy yet. I would say even dumber than men playing in women's sports, transgender for everyone. Even dumber than that. They're hurling
I
bricks
appreciate
and
that.
cinder
That's a
blocks.
good
at
line
law
right there. Thank you,
enforcement.
honoring.
You see, they're breaking
Smiths.
up the sidewalks and the curbs, breaking it up with big, strong hammers. These guys are professionals. These are not amateurs. They're breaking it up because
What's
they
up,
took
sailor?
the bricks away from them. They came in with
Dude,
bricks,
most
red
people in the
bricks
army don't like
that they could
hua.
throw at our
It's a very
military and at the police
low
in
level.
LA,
That's like
who
a private, cherry
are very
private
good, but they
thing. If you
weren't
spend enough
aggressive
time
like
in the
our
army,
soldiers. Our
especially if you're in a
soldiers
unit
really
like me,
weren't
like we were
aggressive,
told in
but they
Lurst,
all worked
we
together.
were not even allowed to say hua.
But they came in with bricks they were taking away and
Made
they
noises.
had hammers.
Ah.
Oh, wow, how did that happen? And they're pounding the sidewalk. I said, what the hell is he doing? And he's breaking it up and making it into concrete bombs in a way, and they're dropping them on our military. They're throwing them at our military. Pretty good arms they had, too. Hits guys right in the face.
Oh, cool. Jasmine
Chunk of
found us
concrete.
through
Worse than
when we
a
had
brick.
Aaron Love on
They're taking
from
them
the
up
Once
to the
Ready
bridges and
podcast.
they're
Awesome.
dropping them
Happy
in
to
the
have you
cars that are
here.
going by. These are animals.
I still, I
they
took a
probably
hiatus from
carry
YouTube
the
for a while, but we're going to get the other guys
flags
on
of
too.
other
Peaches and I
countries,
can't remember the other
but
guy's
they don't
name.
carry
But
the
we'll have all
American
three of them
flag.
on at some
They
point.
only burn it. Did you see a lot of the flags being burned? They weren't being burned by people from our country or from people that love our country. People that burn the American flag should go to jail for 1 year. That's what they should be doing. 1 year.
I'm
We'll see if we can
iffy
get
about
done.
that, but
We're trying to
I
get that
obviously
done.
I
We're
love the
working with some of
sentiment.
your
Yeah.
senators. I know
But
Senator
it's
Josh
just so
Hawley
we'll talk
is
about this
very
on the
much
next show, talking about the
involved.
riots, how
And I
stupid
know
it is.
the
They're
two
burning the
senators from
American
here, I think
flag
you
and
guys- are
flying
you
the
guys in
Mexican
favor of it?
flag, protesting that they don't want to get
Why would
sent
this
back
be
to
a bad
Mexico.
time for them to say no?
Fuck you.
I got you. I got those 2 votes. The agitators are throwing firebombs, Molotov cocktails, lighting vehicles ablaze. You saw the cars that were burning, mobbing police officers and ICE officers who are the toughest people you'll ever meet, and they love our country, and they're getting really...
He's literally in
Hard
a
to-
crowd
they
of
stop
special
on it, but
forces,
they
and he's saying the
were
ICE
horrible.
officers are tough
and
as you ever
attempting
meet.
to
Come
infiltrate
on,
and
Donald.
occupy federal buildings wearing armor and face shields. The best money
No
can
doubt
buy
those ICE
somebody's
officers are badass,
financing
taking
it.
all
We're
the
gonna
abusive
find
they
out
are.
through
But
Pam
dude, you got Green
Bondi
Berets in the
and
crowd, guaranteed.
Department of Justice, who it is, they're already on it. Who's financing all this equipment? Very professional. Under the Trump administration,
ISIS,
this anarchy will not
everyone
stand.
in the military
We
about
will not allow federal agents to be attacked, and we will not allow an American city to be invaded and conquered by a foreign enemy. And that's what they
I agree
are.
with that.
A lot of those people were let in here by the Biden administration. They just poured right in. They came from prisons. They came from jails from all over the world. They came from mental institutions. They were the leaders of gangs. They were drug lords allowed to come into our country. Their countries threw them out. Their countries would bus them or drive them right to our border and say, go in there. You ever come back, we're going to kill you.
Again, I was saying a second ago,
We
like
got
look
it, but
at
we're
all the
getting them
berets.
outta here.
There are do's and don'ts for
I want to
berets, and
applaud
this
the
guy down
courage
here
and the
is
strength
big
of
don't.
the incredible troops who are
Hold
right
alongside
now
the beret down
standing
way
guard
too far,
to
looking trying to
protect
look
federal
way too high
property and
speed. He just
personnel
looked goofy.
and uphold the supremacy of federal law. That's what they're doing. They're protecting our ICE agents. They're protecting the police in Los Angeles. The head of the police in Los Angeles, a good man. I hear a good man, but he was actually saying we really did need this help. It had gotten away from them. It had long.
Yeah,
gotten
Source
away.
is definitely funding
We
this,
gave it to him.
Emperor.
Not only are
But
these
it's
service
also
members
there's
defending
evidence
the
out
honest
there that
citizens
the
of
Walton
California,
family of
they're also
Walmart is
defending our
actually funding
republic
this as
itself.
well. We got
And they
evidence
are
of that
heroes.
that we'll
They're
talk
in there,
about
they're
on next show,
heroes.
probably
They're
on
fighting
Thursday.
for us. They're stopping an invasion just like you'd stop an invasion. The big difference is
Even you saw
most of
that,
the time
huh?
when you stop an invasion, they're
Even the
wearing a
Navy knows
uniform.
that's not how you wear a
In
beret.
many ways, it's tougher when they're not wearing a uniform because you don't know exactly who they are. In Los Angeles, the governor of California,
Another example
the
is
mayor
this guy over here to Donald's
Los
right because
Angeles.
he's wearing it with the flash pulled down way too far, trying to look cool. Okay, well,
they're incompetent.
never mind, it's not that bad.
And they paid troublemakers, agitators, and insurrectionists. They're engaged in.
When you wear it, sometimes you'll see
willful
these guys
attempt to
like
nullify
a
federal
little
law,
tilt is
aid the
okay, but I've actually
occupation of
walked
the
by
city
guys
by
that'll have it like all the way down here.
criminal
Like, what the
invaders.
fuck are you
That's what
doing,
it
man?
is.
What are you
Invaders.
doing? That's not how you, that looks so
Their
stupid.
position is that the rioting will not stop unless ICE withdraws from Los Angeles
Yep.
and ceases the enforcement of federal immigration law. In other words, they came in
screw
here
it.
illegally. Many of them came out of prisons.
I'm watching a live stream with a bunch of Maroon Berets. I'm putting on my Maroon Beret, guys.
They came from the Congo in Africa. They came from Asia.
Does not fit
They came
right
from
when you
the
got a lot
prisons
of
these
hair.
places.
It does not
They
fit
were
right.
put into the United States and allowed to stay here because we had a grossly unfit president who listened to whoever was operating the auto pen. And they allowed these people to stay. And by the way, I've known this guy for a long time. He was never the sharpest
This
bull.
does not want to go on right. Holy
You know
shit.
what he was? He wasn't a radical left lunatic.
The best way to wear
He never
beret is when you
dreamt
have
about
a
open
good,
borders. He
clean,
never said
high and
that.
tight.
When he was
That
of
way the
sound mind,
stubble
which actually was a very
holds
long
on
time
to
ago.
the ring, and then you can properly form it on your
sad what
head.
they've done to our country.
But if you have long hair,
I
it
will
does
say
not
that
want to sit right. That's why
without
if you ever see
question, however,
whenever you
I've
see
seen the
green
financial
berets,
numbers.
it like
now
it never
got
looks
the
properly
hottest
formed because they
country
have long
anywhere in the
hair.
world.
They can't
And
form their
6
beret right on
months
their head with all
ago,
that hair.
It was the coldest country. We're being laughed at all over the world.
This is a
It
good
was
tilt
in
right
Saudi
here.
Arabia, Qatar, UAE. We brought back $5.1
I'll make a video
trillion
sometime
into our
about
country.
proper way
And
to
all
wear
three
berets.
leaders
I've
are
never
great
seen a
leaders.
video on YouTube about
All
that.
three said,
You
you
can find
know, you
instructions
are
on how to do
presiding
just
over the
about anything,
hottest
but I've never seen one about
country
berets.
anywhere in the world. And they said the exact same thing. They said 6 months ago, it was the coldest country. I'll tell you, it changed on a date. You know what November 5th was? It was the election of a president that loves you. And that's when it all changed. That's when it all changed.
You gave up on trying to get a correct beret?
Within the span of a few
One of the
decades,
ones I was
Los
able to
Angeles
get
has
went out
gone
right.
from being
Dude,
one
Marlo,
of the cleanest, safest, and most
Marlo
beautiful
White or Marlo
cities
and White.
on earth
That's the
to
official
being
company
a trash heap
that
with
sells
entire
official
neighborhoods
military
under the
gear, like
control
actual
of
military issue gear.
transnational gangs.
Go to
and
it's either
criminal
Marlo White or
networks. It's
Marlo
horrible
and White.
What's happened
That's where you get the
quickly.
proper beret.
As the entire world can now see, uncontrolled migration leads to
atheist.com.
chaos, dysfunction, and disorder. And you know what? They have it in Europe too. It's happening.
The emo
in
beret
many
off
the
of
countries
his
of Europe. They
starboard,
don't like
which
it
I
when
think
say
is
it,
right.
But I'll say it loudly and clearly. They better
Ah.
do something before it's too
Oh,
late.
look at this guy
Very
right
simply,
over his
we will
shoulder.
liberate Los Angeles and make it free, clean, and
I
safe
don't know if that's
again.
what
It's
you're talking
happening very
about.
quickly. The one big beautiful bill, you've heard about it. We call it the one big. You know, I was on one of the television shows. I think Deface the Nation, ladies and gentlemen. Deface the Nation. It's actually called Face the Nation for those of you that are smart
Marlo
enough not
White,
to know, because you're better off not
MARLOW
But I was on one of
White,
the
or it's
shows,
Marlo and White.
and I said,
M as in
we gotta
Mike.
get a great bill. They said, would you like it to be one bill or would you like it to be 7 or 8 bills? They said, I want one.
Obviously, I'm not
big,
having a
beautiful
problem
bill. And the
interrupting
Republican
him right
Party
now
liked
because
that
he's
statement. They
giving
call
his
it one big,
political
beautiful
speech
bill.
now.
So that's good. And that's what it is. It's great. And it's currently before Congress. It provides all
These are
necessary
all
funding for
Joes.
ICE,
I see
for
specialists, I
Border
see
Patrol, and for the
privates, I don't see
Department of
any
Defense.
NCOs
And
or
I told you at a
officers. They
level
put
that we've
all the
never had
Joes
before,
back
over
here.
$1 trillion. We better get that
Well,
bill
this guy, he looks like he might be an
approved.
NCO.
Otherwise,
Oh,
your
God,
helicopters
look
and
at
your
that
planes
beret. This
and
might be
your
worse than this
equipment's
guy
gonna
down
start to look
here.
a little bit old, General. You better push your favorite
Nah, they're equally as
congressman. You better
stupid
push
looking.
these two senators. I think they're in good shape, however. But we got to get it approved, and those congressmen by you are all 100%. I don't even have to talk to them. They've been so great. So I want to sign this into law immediately, and with the signing, so many great things will happen to our country. No tax on tips. Think of that.
Yeah, I was looking into that. I thought that was
No
actually...
tax.
So they actually made that a
on
separate
Social
bill. I didn't know
Security.
that one already passed.
No tax
Or
on overtime. They're going to pay
in
for
any case, it's not part of the big beautiful bill. It's
If
his
you
own
get a
bill that got
car,
100,
and if you borrow
all
money to buy
100
the
votes
car,
in the
we're going to let
Senate.
you deduct the interest payment if it's a new car made in America. Only if it's made in America. If it's made in Japan or China or any place else, we're not really interested in.
We don't want
deduction.
China. They make shitty
I was
products.
elected winning all 7 swing states, the popular vote by millions
I order
and
shit on
millions
Timu,
of
it
votes
absolutely
in all
sucks.
counties throughout America by 2,750 to 525. That's what I call.
Actually, I
big
got
number.
these new lights on
But this is a
Timu.
mandate from the people to
cheap.
restore
They
the
work.
sovereign borders of the United States, and that is exactly what we're doing. Not only the borders, the financial institutions, and our country itself. We will not be deterred, and the mob in Los Angeles or anyone else, anywhere else, will not succeed. They don't even have a little chance. And I will be calling
Not
you
even a
early
little.
as I see this happening because, you know, in theory, I guess you could say a governor could call, but they don't call. They let their city burn, like in Minneapolis with this guy who ran for vice president against JD. That was a good debate. JD against this guy. Remember how bad
Sucked
he
off a
was?
horse. I don't care what
He's one of
anybody
them. I said,
said. Sucked
JD,
off a horse.
He's never been a man like your.
Had to go to
he
the
hates
ER
this
to
is
get
the
his
worst.
stomach
I think he's
pumped with
running for
all the horse
president, too. Can you
jizz.
believe it? But he's a radical left lunatic, and I'll never forget in Minnesota, that city was burning down. Minneapolis was burning down. It was going to burn to the ground, and he wouldn't call the guard. And I
No,
waited
instead
for
he
a
has
long
police
time,
going
and I
down
called
the
guard,
streets
and I
and
saved
shooting
it, but I wish I would have
people
called it
with
first
paintballs
day,
to
and I
keep
said,
them
you
in
know,
their houses.
if this ever happens again, because I was thinking about running because the election was rigged and stolen, we all know it. They said, we're going to run again, and if I win, which I hope, remember, we're going to make it too big to rig. But we did. We won by millions and millions of votes. So beautiful to watch. That was such a beautiful 9:02 in the evening. They said,
Here's another one.
"Ladies
The
and
guy
gentlemen,
that's
Donald
right behind the
Trump is
RSBN over
projected
here.
to
He's
be
got
the
his
winner." I said, well,
braids up too high there.
you think that was easy? I don't think these ladies from North Carolina think it was easy. You know, they followed me. I don't know what happened to their husbands. They're married to very nice people. But they've been to, 138 rallies? They said more. And they're from North Carolina. It's nice that we have one nearby finally, right? They go all over the country. I don't know what the hell's going on, but they're great. They're North Carolina, beautiful, wonderful woman, and we appreciate it. Like 130 rallies or some crazy number. Are your husbands satisfied
I'll say
with that? Are
something
they
about
okay?
women out
Oh,
there.
here he
There
is.
are
He showed
true
up.
Southern belles.
One of them showed up.
Those Southern
That's
belles are
great.
fine.
Congratulations. Great women, actually. The great patriots. We will use every asset at our disposal to quell the violence and restore law and order right away. We're not going to wait 7 days and 8 days and wait for a governor that's never going to call and watch cities burn. And let me tell you, if we didn't do this, Los Angeles would burn. It would be burning to the ground right now, just like their houses burned to the ground just a few months ago. And the only flag that will wave triumphant over the streets of Los Angeles is the American flag. So help me God. The American flag is the one that's going to wave triumphantly over the streets. And now let's get back to the true reason we're here today, celebrating 250 years of unbreakable Army courage. This week we commemorate not just the starting point in Army history, but a turning point in the history of the world. That's how important it is. When the Continental
1775,
Congress
June
created
18th.
the Army and appointed its first commander, named happened to be George Washington. Has anybody heard of him? George Washington. Are you okay, darling? Are you all right? Yeah, take your time, please. Doctor, please. Doctor. Doctor in the house.
Oh, I guarantee there's a doctor in the house there somewhere. Medic!
Thank you very much.
It's good that he does this. He's
People
done
that
this
have been waiting a long
during other
time.
speeches and whatnot. Somebody passes out.
So, you know.
He's
want
concerned.
to
He's
know
actually
all the
concerned
time
about
they
somebody's
need, right?
well-being. These Democrats
Thank you
fighting
very
and whatnot,
much.
they'll just keep on talking. They don't care. They don't care. Honoring, dropping all the quotes here. Thank you. In war, the only sure defense is
Greatest people in
offense.
the world. Yeah,
And the
amazing.
efficiency of the offense depends
Amazing.
on the warlike souls of those conducting it. General Patton. Hell yeah.
Oh, good. Thank you very much.
Hell yeah.
Thank you. Okay, honey. Thank you.
Oh, he's gonna get called
Beautiful
sexist.
young
He called
person.
a woman honey.
Beautiful
Can't do
young
that.
person. We have a lot of young people. You know, they have. We won young people, old people, and everything in between. It's sort of nice.
If
Remember they
I
used to
was
say,
this
"What truck
fucking
doesn't
Joe
have the young people?" We
Sergeant,
won-
yes, I would chew him
we won
out.
everything.
I would correct that
Thank you
fucking
very
Joe.
much, Doctor.
I
Great
absolutely
job.
fucking would. What
When
the hell are
Continental
you
Congress
doing looking
created
like
the
a
Army and
chewed up
appointed
little
its
fucking
first
dipshit
commander,
out there
General
live on
George
camera behind
Washington, they
Trump?
sent the fierce
I would
spirit of a
absolutely
free
chew these
nation
guys
into
out.
battle
Not real mean, but
under
all
a rallying
embarrassed.
cry
That's what
that
I would do.
echoes to this day. Give me liberty or give me death. Have you heard of it? Quite a beautiful statement. Think of what that means. Give me liberty or give me death. I know exactly what that means. Just 3 days after the birth of the Army, the great patriot, founding father, Dr. Joseph Warren, was on the front lines as they soldiers stood totally outnumbered and outgunned at Bunker Hill. They had a group of soldiers against them that was supposed to be, in that day, unbeatable. Warren's mother had begged him, "Son, please don't do it." She said, "Please, please don't do it. Don't risk your life for even the patriot cause, please." And he replied, "Wherever danger is, dear mother, there your son will be. I will either set my country free or shed my last drop of blood to make us so." So beautiful. So the words are so beautiful. Yeah. At Bunker Hill, Warren kept his vow, fighting and fighting and fighting and loving his country until he fell, drenched in blood, and gave his life at the very young age of 34. Exactly 250 years later, we are joined by Dr. Warren's great-great-great-great-great-grandson, and it's 7 generations down, and now an Iraq war veteran, retired Army specialist, Scott Warren, is here with his daughter, Sergeant E5 Carrington Sanders of Fort Irwin. I want to just, where are you? Where would you be in this big crowd?
That's cool, man.
Thank you very much.
That's
what
cool.
An honor. What an honor. You look great, too, by the way. You really look great. Thank you very much. What a great family. But you carry in your veins the love and devotion of a martyr for American liberty. Please stand. Just put that hand up once more for the people.
I'd like to say this real quick.
Thank you very much. You're looking good.
I was at Bragg when
good genes.
Bush,
good genetics.
W came to Bragg. And
thank you very much.
He did not get nearly the love that Trump is getting right now. Trump
just
got
a job,
huge,
it's a
huge
calling
applause,
and
huge
a
love.
sacred
Yelling out, "We
tradition
love you,
passed down
Trump."
from
Bush
father
didn't
to
get
son,
that.
brother to
Bush
sister,
did not get that when I was there.
and one generation to the next. At every hour of danger, our noblest citizens have answered that call, kissed their loved ones goodbye, and run to the sound of guns. You run to the sound of guns. You're running right into them. You're going to win. When the British tried to reconquer our young nation in 1812, 1,000 Americans at Fort McHenry fought off a British invasion fleet, 5,000 strong. They say it was unstoppable. Lieutenant Francis Scott Key, you all heard the name, watched from Baltimore Harbor as the Army kept Old Glory flying high. Many people died. Deeply inspired, he wrote a poem in tribute to Army courage and American pride, known today as the Star-Spangled Banner, or our national anthem. Great. 8 generations later, we're joined by a descendant of Francis Scott Key, who has spent 2 decades in uniform, Major Kyle Key of Army National Guard fame. Please, Major, where are you?
Wow, that's cool. Multi-generational people here.
Looking good, too. What's going on
incredibly
here?
historical figures. That's amazing.
They all come from a very fine strain of blood. That's great genetics is right. Thank you both very much. Major Key, thank you for helping to keep this incredible land of ours free and the home of the brave, and that's what it was. Through the decades that followed, the Army conquered the great frontier, won the war that restored our nation and broke forever the chains of slavery. A generation later, the Army's Rough Riders stormed up San Juan Hill with Colonel Theodore Roosevelt and swept the last foreign empire from the American hemisphere, forever swept. In World War I, our doughboys fought bravely in the Valley of the Marne and in the Argonne. There in 1918, a devout Tennessee Christian named Alvin York, you know that name, charged across an open field towards the German machine guns. They were firing at levels at that time that nobody had ever seen before. They were knocking down everything in their way, including giant trees were coming down. The enemy mowed down more than half of his platoon almost immediately.
Platoon. Why do you say it
was
like
going
that?
down like nobody's ever thought possible. But York pressed on into the jaws of death. He slayed German after German and returned with 132 prisoners from behind the enemy lines. And he had the option of killing them, and he didn't want to do that. And that's okay, isn't it, right? It's okay. But he brought 132 back. And his actions and the actions of that great day, that crazy but great day, Sergeant York earned the Congressional Medal of Honor and became one of the most famed
love that
and
he said earned
decorated
instead of
heroes
won.
of the First World War. Very famous, actually, because of the movie that was made. And we're joined today by Sergeant York's grandson, Army Colonel Gerald York. Gerald? Thank you. Thank you, Gerald.
I think I have heard this.
you
Isage, I
very
don't know how
much.
you say your name. Isage. I think I have heard that Roosevelt
Great honor to have you. Thank you, Gerald.
was responsible
At his
for getting
grandfather's
popular
funeral in
football.
1964, Gerald was told by the command sergeant major of Fort Bragg that it was about time he joined the Army. And he volunteered for combat in Vietnam and gave the Army 31 of his best years. No, I think your best years are right now. You look very good. Your best years are right now. Keep it going. But Colonel York, we salute you. We salute your family and the fame and the bravery of your family. Thank you very much. Appreciate you being here.
So
And in
cool.
World War II, the Army once again came to the free world's rescue. Among the millions and millions who volunteered was Henry Armstrong. He enlisted 6 months before his high school graduation and did basic training right here at Fort Bragg. By the next year, he was in Normandy. He fought his way across France as part of Patton's Third Army, crossed the Rhine into the heart of Germany, and helped liberate a Nazi concentration camp. He was a brave person. Command Sergeant Major Henry Armstrong is here with us today. He's 100 years old, a veteran of numerous World War II battles, and 41 years in the Army.
Holy shit. That's wild.
Thank you. Wow.
That's a real soldier right there. God
These are
dang.
great, amazing people. Thank you very much. Great. Thank you very much.
100 years old.
He's
Damn.
joined by his grandson, Army Major Dennis Armstrong. Dennis, I assume that's you, right? Thank you, Dennis. And Dennis's wife, Captain Shelley Armstrong. They love the military, and they love our country. Thank you very much, Shelley. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And their son, Tanner. Where's Tanner? Let me see. Oh, he looks good, too. They all look good. Tanner might look the best, actually. Thank you very much. Who's an active duty staff sergeant in the 82nd Airborne right here in Fort Bragg. He could right now run for office, I think.
I love
He's
he
very
keeps
popular.
on saying Fort Bragg.
In Korea,
It's like
our
he just
warriors
rubbed
held
it
the
in
front
to the
line in the
liberals.
battle against
Yeah, the same Fort Victory
communism
bitch
and
is
liberated
fucking
millions
Bragg.
and millions into the light of freedom. To Vietnam, we sent some of the toughest men who ever wore army boots, an olive drab. One of them was Joe Marm of Pennsylvania. He was 23 years old when his platoon was ordered to rescue soldiers surrounded by the enemy in the Battle of Ia Drang. Lieutenant Marm charged into heavy fire, killing 4 enemy soldiers in the brush before sprinting across 40 yards of open field.
I was pronounced the drain.
His teammates could not believe he was doing it, actually, they said. He then tossed a grenade that killed 8 Viet Cong gunners, plunged into the trenches and killed still more before being shot in the jaw, badly in the jaw. He successfully cleared the way for his men to save their stranded comrades and, frankly, for his men to save their own lives. He was unbelievable. For his exceptional bravery, Lieutenant Marm received the Congressional Medal of Honor and retired as an Army colonel after 30 years of service. Colonel Marm is here today with his 2 sons, Will and Walter, both Army Rangers. What a great family legacy. Please stand up. How's your jaw feeling? All right? The jaw? It's all right? Looks pretty good. I wish mine looked that good. It's very good. Thank you very much. Great family. Appreciate
Like Bruce said, always entertaining.
In the modern era, our soldiers have charged into the darkest caves and ventured into the most God-forsaken places to vanquish the forces of radical Islamic terror from the face of the earth. In 2007, Chief Warrant Officer Eric Phillips was stationed at a remote outpost in the Afghan mountains when a massive Taliban force attacked from all sides. He thought he was finished. For 3 hours, he led a hellacious counter-assault to successfully repulse the enemy in close combat. In the same deployment, Eric again repelled an attack by a vastly larger enemy force, saving countless lives. For his spectacular gallantry, Chief Phillips earned the Distinguished Service Cross and the Silver Star, becoming among the most highly decorated warriors of any branch in the war on terror.
No
Actually,
shit.
he is the most decorated, and it's not even that close. Many, many battles, many, many medals. And he's with us today, Chief Phillips. You did us all proud.
I gotta look this guy up. I want to
Chief
find
Phillips.
Chief Phillips.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh.
Thank you.
Most decorated in the war on terror. Huh.
You are Army strong. Thank you very much, Chief. From the American Revolution until today, the story of the Army is the tale of an unbroken chain of American patriots who gave all they had for this country. It is the saga of epic men like Washington and Jackson, Grant and Custer, Pershing and Eisenhower, Patton and MacArthur, Wild Bill Donovan, and the great General William Yarborough, father of the Green Berets. You know that, the Green Berets? You know that? William Yarborough. It's the story of fabled units like the Old Guard, the Iron Brigade, the Big Red One, the Buffalo Soldiers, the Harlem Hellfighters, the Tuskegee Airmen, the Screaming Eagles, and George Patton's Hell on Wheels. They called it Hell on Wheels.
Come on, don't leave at the 173rd.
The weapons of war have changed.
Damn it, you left out the Sky
generation,
Soldiers.
but the unflinching loyalty of the American soldier has always
We're just the
remained
brigade.
the same.
Very
The Army has always
not
stayed
so
true
well
to
known.
its motto, this we'll defend. You know that. This we'll defend. Army warriors who have laid down their lives for America rest by the thousands in the sacred soil of Arlington and Gettysburg, Anzio and Manila, and to far-off places known only to God. We owe everything to them. Today we renew our devotion to the cause of liberty for which they so selflessly lived and fought and so bravely died. There could be no greater tribute to their memory than to prepare the Army to dominate America's enemies for the next 250 years and more than that. That's why under the Trump administration, we're focused on restoring the spirit of the U.S. Armed Forces. No soldier ever volunteered for the Army to be lectured about transgender diversity or inclusion. You don't want to hear that. Transgender for everybody. We don't do that.
God, I love hearing him saying
America's
this, man.
patriots joined the Army
I'm
to
so-
kick
I'm
down
so
doors,
happy we're
storm
back.
beaches, kill terrorists, and win America's wars. That's what we want. And that's what you want.
That's right. Kill the enemy and break their shit. That's what we're for. That's what we're fucking for.
And to that end, we're making that record
Welcome,
investment,
Nocturnal.
but not
Crusader.
only in the Army and the other forces also, because you work together as a team. And we're including in that and across the board. Now, you don't have to take this if you don't want. You could be great patriots. Say, I don't want to raise. I will not accept it. Let it go back into our country. Let's give it to Gavin Newsom so he can waste it in Los Angeles. No, we don't want to do that, but we're giving you across the board raise for every single service member in the U.S. Armed Forces. We're giving you across the board, and you deserve it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we spend so much money on things that we shouldn't be spending it on. But I think those days are stopping, Mr. Senators and Congressmen that are with us. As part of our one big, beautiful bill, we are also investing over $1 billion to update your on-base housing. And we're building a state-of-the-art missile defense shield to protect our homeland. And it's called the Golden Dome. It's going to be all made in America.
Hell yeah.
We've done it for others. We're now doing it about time, right? We're doing it for ourselves. After years of recruiting shortfalls, this is, to me, maybe the most exciting things. We're setting the strongest peacetime recruiting records ever. Just think of this. 6 months ago, we couldn't recruit anybody to join the military. Nobody wanted to join. That was 6 months ago. And then we had the election of November 5th. And now we have the strongest recruiting numbers in the history of our country. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that?
Back, baby. We're back.
We've already surpassed our recruiting targets for 2025, and we're not done yet. And I'll tell you, it doesn't make you feel good when you had to hear 6, 7 months ago that nobody wants to join the Army. They don't want to join our military. Frankly, they didn't want to join our police, our firemen. They lost confidence. They lost faith in our country. And just a short number of months later, we're setting all-time records. In fact, your job might be in jeopardy. Somebody else may come in and take it. That was bad. We'll get you out of here. You have to be good. We're getting the best people that you've ever seen. We're getting people I don't think we've ever seen anything like it. Great people are coming in. Doesn't it make you feel good, though? You have something and you're doing something and other people want to join you. Isn't that a great feeling? And wasn't it a lousy feeling just a short time ago when they announced, you're a soldier and you're proud of your country and you're proud of the Army in your case, and you're reading stories about nobody wants to come in and join the military, right? Isn't that lousy? Even the ladies from North Carolina were not happy with that. But then we had a great election. It was amazing. Too big to rig.
So glad
we had a great election, and all of a sudden, the people are pouring in, and we have incredible people like Pete and the others that are here, Dan. I think they made a big difference. I really do. So thank you very much. All of you guys, I think you've really made a big difference. The Army will soon be stronger, bigger, and better than ever before. And every new soldier that joins our ranks will kindle the same fighting spirit exemplified by the likes of Sergeant Major Jim Schmidt, who's no longer with us. At 15 years old, after lying about his age, because he wanted to get in so badly, Jim trained at Fort Bragg to fight in World War II. When Jim's middle school wrote to ask if he would attend his 8th grade graduation, he wrote back, "That will be impossible, as I'm rather busy now. I'm in the hinterlands hunting down Germans," and I have to say this, and Italians. I know there are a couple of Germans and Italians.
You're right about that, dude.
As a paratrooper, he made the famous
Navy jokes were always,
drops at Sicily
the butt of the
and
Navy
Salerno,
being all the gay
while
shit
still a young
and
boy, too young to
said,
be in. The Army kicked him
hold
out.
my
They
beer,
found
we're
out
gonna do
about
this
it.
to
They
every
kicked him
branch.
out. They discovered he was way underage. They said, "Jim, you got to get out of here. You're a hell of a soldier, but you got to get out." But that didn't stop Jim. He enlisted in the Navy. But the moment he turned 18, he came right back and he joined the 82nd Airborne. How about that? He went on to fight at the Chosin Reservoir in
Dennis,
Korea.
you know that Fort Bragg is no longer named after that general?
Vietnam and ended his career
Named after
right
a
back
Medal of
at
Honor
Fort
recipient
Bragg,
specialist
having
from World War
earned
II.
2 silver stars,
nice
3
try.
bronze stars, and 2 Purple Hearts.
You're probably
With
not
us today
trolling,
is
but
Jim's widow Peggy and
that's the
their
truth now. That's why they changed the
beloved
name.
grandson,
It's no
Army
longer named for
Specialist
that
Christian
general.
Forbes, who is currently deployed at our southern border defending our country from an invasion. Whether we like it or not, it's an invasion. But I don't know if you've heard, the invasion was 99.9% stopped. Do you hear that? 99? Could even be more right. 99.999% stopped. That invasion is stopped. So I think he's in good shape. Specialist Forbes, I want to thank you for defending America. And you've obviously done a good job because that invasion has been stopped, and we appreciate you being here. Thank you, wherever you may be.
By the way, yeah, reading the back, yeah, you're fucking trolling.
Very much.
You fans
Right.
of
We
1861
stopped
go
that
suck a
sucker,
dick,
didn't we,
dude.
huh?
Go fuck yourself,
stopped
all right?
it.
We're fans of the
Thank
name
you very
Bragg.
much.
It's
Each
Fort
and every
Bragg.
one
I don't
of
give
you
a
here
shit about
today
that fucking
carries in
terrible
your
general.
souls the love,
That's not what we're
strength,
fucking
and
calling
courage
for this.
of
It's fucking
Millions
Fort Bragg. I
upon
was stationed
millions
for
of
5
Army
fucking years. I don't give a
patriots
shit
who
about the
came
fucking rails. I
before
don't give a
you.
shit about that jail.
Your
I don't give a
uniforms
shit
bear
about you.
the same
Go build
stars
somewhere
and
else,
stripes that
fucker.
our ancestors carried to victory
Named
at
after a
Yorktown,
fucking World
across
War
the
II
Great
Medal of
Plains,
Honor recipient now.
and over our
Go suck a fucking dick.
Rockies, up the Missionary Ridge, down through the streets of Paris. That's right, we went down the streets of Paris. We got to help our allies, don't we? Across the sands of North Africa and onto the shores of Omaha Beach, into the blood-soaked hills of Korea. And it was a West Point graduate named Buzz Aldrin who first planted our great American flag on the face of the moon. We know that. Now it's your turn to carry that flag forward and to add your own daring deeds into this chronicle of triumph and legends. Now it's your duty to shield the flame of freedom that was first lit 250 years ago by the heroes of Concord Bridge and Bunker Hill. Standing before you today, I am more confident than ever that in the days ahead and every generation to come, the U.S. Army will heap glory upon glory upon glory upon us all. You will protect every inch of U.S. soil, and you will defend America to the ends
My
of
mic
the
sound
earth.
better now there, Clinton?
Wherever
Yeah, I did have the
danger
wrong
is, there the
audio
U.S.
settings
Army
on.
will be. Another beautiful phrase. Whatever peril comes our way, whatever menace threatens our people, you will stand strong, you will be proud.
All right, Dennis, you're
you will
done.
charge hard.
You're done,
and
dude.
you will keep that flame lit, that
Just
beautiful,
fucking troll.
beautiful
Fuck off.
flame. You're going to keep it lit. You will hold the flag high, and you will do something that's become quite a famous little phrase.
I ain't putting up with
also.
motherfuckers like that, man. You
But
want to
you're a
call
hell
us
of
a
a
cult?
lot braver
Go
than
fucking suck a
me.
dick, dude.
You will fight, 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 and you will win, win, win.
We're here
Thank you.
talking
God
about-
bless you. God bless our.
What in the absolute shit just... Dude, we're here honoring America and honoring our U.S. Army that's getting ready for its 250th anniversary. And people want to come in and try to talk shit about that. You hate America. You hate our military. Fine. Go somewhere else. Yeah, everyone seems to love Mexico right now. Go to Mexico. Right now, we're honoring our troops. We're honoring America. We're honoring the U.S. Army, and especially Airborne. Look at that. Look at that cult. Look at that cult there, Dennis. That cult of real American babies right there. Love this guy. Yeah, we're oh my God. Wow, our troops are fucking cult. My God, look at this. Look at all these evil cult members. Look at that black cult member right there. Look at all these cult members of color. I see Hispanic, I see black. These are all fucking racist cult members right here, aren't they? That's right. Awful, terrible, racist members of the cult. U.S. Army 250. No, we ain't a fucking cult. The people who love our country, love this president who is giving this country back to the people and taking it away from the real cult, the cult of the woke ideology, the cult of the LGBTQ, diversity. In other words, you must do this because of your sex, your race, your gender, anything else that absolutely has nothing to do with the actual quality of your character, your skills, or anything else
Rally
like
Day
that.
in America, right there.
No. That's what your cult is. That's what your real cult. Oh, shit. And I'm making myself disappear. Whoops. No, fucking cult. Give me a fucking break. You people out there have no clue what the fuck you're talking about. You listen to your left-wing media, give you your fucking talking points, call us uneducated, call us a fucking cult, and you have no clue what the hell is actually happening in the real fucking world. Not a damn clue. You never actually talked to us. You never actually engaged in a real conversation with us. Why? Because we present you with the facts, and then you just call us racist, sexist, homophobic, histophobes. That's all you fucking got. But the fact of the matter is, we love this country. I love my U.S. Army. I'm so happy that our U.S. Army is back and no longer infected by that woke ideology that was killing it. If you think that is so bad to actually have this army be proud and be American again, then why is that we got record high recruitment now and it was dead under Biden? they couldn't get anybody, they couldn't get anybody to want to join the military under Biden. Why? Because your stupid woke ideology. Nobody wanted to be a part of that. We want to be part of a fighting force that fights for this country, goes over and kills the enemy and breaks their shit. That's what we're fucking here for. And that's what people are proud to do in this military. Not talk about transgenderism, not talk about LGBT, anything else. Not talk about fucking wokeism. No, we want to serve this fucking country, protect Americans, and kill the enemy and break their shit. That's what the fucking military is for. We don't give a shit about fucking racism or anything else like that. If you think that we're so fucking evil and racist, you want to take a guess how many black people and Hispanic people are in the military? I served side by side with them. But because I love Trump, because I am a Trump supporter, I'm automatically a racist, and yet somehow I still fought side by side with black, Hispanic, even gay dudes. I had a fucking secretly gay dude friend. He told me, he opened up and said, yeah, hey, yeah, did you know I'm gay? No. Do you think I'm gay? No, I told you because I think you'd be cool about it. I was. We were still friends. Don't ask, don't tell fucking worked just fine. Now it's everything has to be gay. Now you get promoted if you're gay. Now you get fucking, you're a special like recruiter if you're fucking trans in the Navy under Biden. Nobody wanted to be a part of that military. Now we're back. Now we're back. Now Bragg is back. And no way he's talking about it being a fucking Confederate general, because it's not. It's named for a soldier who earned the Medal of Honor in World War II. All right. So all your little stupid fucking talking points can go fuck right off and suck a fucking dick. All right. Rant over. Love you guys. Thank you guys for letting me get that off my chest. But yeah, I don't get a lot of trolls on this channel, but when I do, man, when I do, I'm either going to laugh at you or I'm going to fucking roll all over you. So, yeah. That was some dumb, ignorant shit you just dropped right there. But holy shit, Trump's speech was fucking beautiful. I love it. I am so proud to have been part of this U.S. Army. I'm very proud to have this platform now, talking about the military, being able to talk with you guys, talk with people like my Airborne brother Bruce out there, Airborne all the way. And yeah, unfortunately, guys, we are not actually going to be able to make it to the Army 250th anniversary in DC like I was hoping to. A lot of shit came down. It's just not going to be able to happen. Still, though, obviously, we're going to do a lot of cool shit between now and then. I want to talk a lot about great historical events of the U.S. Army. And tomorrow on Vets Investigating Paranormal, that's a separate channel. I'm going to find a good story of military encounters with some paranormal shit. We'll talk about that. Thank you guys so much. We got David says, I'm so proud to serve 20 years Army Cav. Awesome, dude. Hey, hell yeah, dude. I wish I could have. I served 9 years in the Army. I was supposed to do 20, but not everything works out the way you want to, man. Not everything works out. Yeah, thank you, Bruce. I love having you on here all the time, man. And everyone else on here. David, I don't know if I've seen you in the chat before, but welcome. Got Salty Bug. Thank you, brother. I'll preach, man. People get me fucking hot and heated, dude. I'm going to fucking go off. And, sometimes I'll let a troll just keep on fucking trolling and I'll just fucking roast them. But, dude, if you're going to come in here and say ignorant shit and call us like a cult or something like that, nah, you're getting banned. You're out. I'm not going to put up with that shit. Let's see who else we got here. Isage, Navy has hours, October of the 13th at YMCA might hit a little different. It might, dude. It might. Gay. All right, guys. That was a real quick impromptu. Damn, that went up for over an hour. His speech did. We've been live for 54 minutes. Unfortunately, it took me a little bit to set up the stream and everything else. I had a snafu at the beginning. I hope people managed to get through. For some reason, the stream, just like the stream of the speech was frozen up on me. But definitely on Thursday for Knife hands at 8 o'clock Eastern. I'm gonna get to snippets of that speech. So I'll definitely broadcast the beginning portion because the opening of the speech was the best part when he went out there and he got a huge pop from the crowd. Soldiers were yelling out, "We love you, Trump!" They absolutely loved him. When he talked about, "Hey, I'm back at Bragg again. It's Bragg again," and everyone cheered. They screamed, "Yeah," because it's Fort Bragg. And when he said, how dumb was it that they changed it under the Biden administration, and huge boos, big time boos. So obviously Fort Liberty was not a popular name. It was not popular to change that name. It's ridiculous that here's something else we're going to talk about Thursday also, because there's a controversy right now about the USS White that's named for the freaking gay senator who was a sailor. And now everyone's upset that they're going to change the name of the ship and say that's unprecedented. Like, dude, really? You literally just 2 years ago changed the name of fucking 9 army posts. And now you're going to say it's unprecedented to change the name of this? You said that it's racist to have those names. Well, guess what? The name of this one is named for a gay dude who was in a relationship with a 16-year-old boy when he was 33, got a dishonorable discharge from the Navy, and has no Navy attributes, no career highlights at all. And yet you named it after the gay dude who was a pedo and had no success in the military, got a dishonorable discharge. Who's going to be proud to serve on that ship? Who is going to say, yes, I'm going to be on the USS White? It's named for what? Hell no. Yeah, dude, no one's proud of that. No one's proud to be on a post. I think Fort Hood was one that was named to Cavizos or something like that. His only accomplishment is he was the first Hispanic dude to do something completely irrelevant. It wasn't even war. He was like a freaking desk clerk or some shit, but he was like the first Hispanic officer or some crap like that. Who cares? No one gives a shit. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that controversy, the fact that these freaking leftists, they don't give a rat's ass. I put out a response saying, are you more proud to have our military be gay, or have it be strong enough to protect us and our nation? Which do you want? Do you want gay shit, or do you want a actual strong military? And I got nothing but love on that tweet. I didn't get any replies. I didn't get any bad replies at all. What's up, Blue Cords in the chat? What's up, dude? You're gonna have to go back and rewatch this stream, man. Trump's speech was fucking amazing. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Because yeah, they're more concerned about their social products or experiments than they are actual about protection of this country, about actually having a strong military. They care more about being diverse and gay and trans and also the shit, and completely ignore the fact that, hey, oh shit, our military is weak now and we might die. So thank God Trump and all the other adults are back in the house. Obviously, if anyone's just popping on, I'm wearing my maroon Airborne beret because everyone in the background of the Trump speech was wearing their Airborne beret. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna put mine on then, which still is bugging the crap out of me because I can't wear it right with all this long hair. But yeah, hey guys. Isage says going to Benton. Oh, got a Batman, bro. Have a good stream. Oh, I thought he was naming I thought he said he was going to a place in Missouri. It's near me here. Yeah, okay. Met a 173rd guy there in 2009. All right, I'll check that out. But so the chief that Trump was saying that was there, saying he was the most decorated soldier of the global war on terror. The dude is a 173rd Airborne Sky Soldier. That's my old unit. He earned his Distinguished Service Cross serving with the 173rd in Afghanistan in 2007. And then he earned the Silver Star for another deployment, I think a year later or so. Yeah, he doesn't have all of his awards, but Trump was saying he's the most decorated of the entire global war on terror. And that's Sky Soldier, dude. That's what I'm wearing on here. This is 74th Long Range Surveillance Detachment of the 173rd Airborne Brigade. So that's fucking awesome, man. We had the 173rd had the first Medal of Honor recipient, surviving Medal of Honor recipient since Vietnam, and on its one deployment. And then on that same deployment, they also earned 2 more Medals of Honor. on that deployment in Afghanistan. And I think this might have been the same one, 2007. This might have been the same deployment. The 173rd got messed up, man. They got hit really hard when they're on that deployment in Afghanistan. They were out there in a really, really bad area of Afghanistan. That was documented on the movie Restrepo. If you've never seen Restrepo, I highly recommend check it out. It's an amazing documentary. It follows a platoon that's out on a Firewatch base out there. And unfortunately, it's not following the same guys who earned the Medal of Honor or anything, but it's the same deployment. These guys is fucking horrendous what they went through out there. Let's see. What do you say here, Dave? Don't ask, don't tell. Simple. Exactly. That's exactly it. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. Again, tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern, we'll be doing Danger Close Encounters on Vets Investigating Paranormal. That's our new channel. And on Thursday, Knife Hands at 8 o'clock Eastern. We're going to go back. I'm going to take snippets of this speech, and we'll talk about also the name changes and everything else and all that other controversy and how stupid the liberals are to try to kill our military. That being said, guys, thank you very much for being here. If you are new here, be sure to double tap that like and subscribe. Be greatly appreciated. And remember, you can share us out there with everybody because you don't got to be vet to be here at Vets Talking. Just don't get butthurt. You've been warned. Airborne.
Open those arms! Oh, God! Ah!